All right, so let's talk about Friends, actually. And I don't mean the TV show, I mean the friends that you have in your life. I feel like it's way too harder to make any sort of friends lately. I mean, it depends actually on where you are, and it depends on what do you do and how you behave and whatnot. But today I want to actually explore two things. So one is what is actually a friend? So, what is actually a friend? Because sometimes people just like make it way too dramatic, I believe. So, they make it like, oh, your friend is someone who dies for you. Just like the Joker thing. Just like, would you die for me? Would you kill for me? Nobody's gonna do that, bro. Like, friends are just people who, in my opinion, so this is my definition of a friend. So, friend is just like someone who will chill with you, who is going to treat you nice, who's going to be kind to you, and who you can have a laugh with. And then people would sometimes ask me, and by people I mean my grandmother. So she would kind of ask me, and it's that's usually an old person thing, but sometimes they're like old souls who behave the same way. So they would ask you like, oh, but are they a friend who you can cry with? Are they a friend in need or a friend indeed? You know, and let me tell you something. There's nobody who will help you out. Nobody. Nobody. There's very few people, and those people who are willing to actually help you out, and that is a dime a dozen. You need to protect that person, and you need to have them in your life because that is, I would say that that is more than a friend. You know, that is like a compadre, something. There should be like a different term, but I feel like sometimes people don't have friends because they take this way too seriously. So they're just like, oh, you have to do this, you have to bleed for me, you have to do this and that. Like, no, dude, like, no, just be chill, be nice, and be polite. Don't say weird stuff, and you're going to probably have friends. But um, as guys, I am a guy, and I'm also like a really big guy. So people would. Find it difficult to have friends sometimes, and yet it is very painful to be, I guess, ostracized from a group. I used to really mind that before, so I used to really find it very, very difficult, very, very painful when so here it is. So I'll explain this to you. So basically, what you would do is that you would have a friend group that you kind of hang out. You meet them at some sort of hobby or whatnot, like a hobby that you both go to, and you would like kind of like have, if you have social media, which I do now. I made social media like 2 or 3 years ago because I'm just like, I cannot not have social media. I mean, I've made Instagram, and then I've climbed up from like zero to above 300. But just like like it is not just like people that I knew. I've literally met. I have actually met all those 300 people in the span of like 2 to 3 years. But sometimes it's difficult to have friends, and it's very, very painful to have those friends not call you somewhere. You just kind of see them like in a story. They will like be somewhere. They would just like kind of celebrate a birthday, or like they will like hang out, like go to like a park and like do stuff together. Um, and I guess I've kind of like, I don't think, have I outgrown that? I was going to say that I've outgrown that, but I want to be very, very honest with myself that I'm not sure that I will ever outgrow that. And it's not like you can never outgrow pain. But I'm just like, even nowadays, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to be like a lone wolf type kind of a deal, which is actually crazy because a lot of the times that I am like with people, like even from that friend group, that they really love hanging out with me. They want to hang out with me more, but sometimes you just get excluded out of like these internal kind of friend groups, and it sucks, man, and it really, really hurts. But another thing that I feel like it's way more difficult to make friends nowadays because I feel like people just don't really have time or energy to kind of be your friend, even just to hang out, even just to go do things, you know. And even more so, like that makes sense, like logically. Like I cannot even ask for them to spare more time because as people grow old and as people like kind of age, and by saying that I'm just like, oh, I'm really 50 years old and I'm an old man. Like just like no, even aging, I would say like you're like in your mid 20s, like you just finished college if you're lucky. But and now you're just like out in the world and you have a job, you probably have a girlfriend, and even worse if you have a girlfriend because you can forget about friends sometimes. Because like sometimes people they get lost in their relationships and they just don't want to hang out. Like maybe sometimes the whole point was to just find like a girlfriend, a person who you can just kind of like be spend time with, and I don't think that's healthy. But there's logically way less time that you can do with a person, so you have to work, you have to have like all these things that you have to do, and it's makes it harder to make friends. So never actually believe those people when they're just like, oh, you're going to get like 30, like life is going to be very amazing when you get to 30, like you're going to have the best time of your life. Like no, dude, these are your golden years. If you're 20, if you're like a teenager or like whatnot, like it's only going to get worse from here actually, because they're like the AI and whatnot. Like you're going to see, like I quote me on this, like quote me, said Alex, my name is Alex by the way, said Alex from Radio FERN said that on this date he said people in the future they're going to have friends with robots because it's already happening. The people are just actually having friends with AI. They have gone insane when people like from OpenAI, the people who made ChatGPT have removed ChatGPT 4.0. They never even removed ChatGPT just 4.0, and I understand them actually. I miss my 4.0. I actually miss my 4.0 like a dear friend, because in a weird like AI schizophrenic way, I kind of also believe that it was like a real thing, and it even worse, it was like my first touch with AI. But there's even like it's 2026 right now, and like there's talks of very lonely people, very very depressed people who are just like trying to find someone to meet and talk, and they get shut down in every single step. And you know what they're going to do? Just like, well, I'm just going to talk to like a robot, and they're just gonna be like, "Hello, Siri." But it's I'm imitating like a robot, like from like 2010. But no, now the robot just like I have made songs that sound like legit. Like you cannot tell these are like AI generated songs, and even like speech patterns and whatnot. Like there's a like in my country, there's literally have been like news anchors AI. So that's where the society has gone to now. Like it's 2026, and like by 2030, bro, I cannot even imagine. Like everything's moving so fast, and it's very difficult to just find friends to chill with, and nobody just wants to chill. Nobody just wants to befriend someone. Everything is just like just like you're like trying to sell something. It's like, I'm gonna sell you my friendship. Like no, that's not how that works. But like people are more untrustworthy. They are more closed off, and with a good probably sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes you have to be closed off. You can't be just like all willy-nilly, just like, oh, hello there, neighbor, and just like so you cannot really just be super friendly, but you cannot really be like super unfriendly. Like you need to find balance, and I believe people really need more to be more friendly with each other. Like just like I don't know, just like maybe it has to do with like the where someone is, because like Europeans are like more cold, and it depends also in like which Europe. So like in East Europe where I am, like people are more open to people, and like sometimes West Europe they're not. Northern they're cold, and just like Southern they're like so maybe it has to do with like with culture and whatnot. But I guess it would be more, life would be like much easier if you had like a friend to probably talk to. And honestly, like, I'm going to call you out. The person watching this video, this is like a fourth wall break. You're if you're watching this because you don't really have that many friends and you're just like using like a comforting voice to just kind of like help you, it is good, but don't let it like be the only source of like I guess like sort of like a quasi friend in your life, because you really need friends. We need friends. We are like pack animals. You're just like, oh, I said it. He said the thing, but I believe that it's good to have some friends. You know, it is good. It's not good to have no friends. It's also not good to be friendly with everyone. So that means like you need to have some enemies. But you know, in general, it'd just be nicer if people were more open to being friends with others. And you know, but like sometimes the friend groups can get like split up because of, you know, just like because of like girls in the group. Like, yeah, I said that as well, but like because the dynamic changes, the pecking order is like different, and like people would like be a little bit more estranged with others. But like all in all, I think that it should be way easier to make friends, because you know, I think that we have forgotten, and we are forgetting faster and faster and faster and faster with social media. Like, it's supposed to connect us, but it hasn't connected us. It has only made us grow further apart from one another. But yeah, I don't know. I think that the future is very grim, and probably we can change that. We can fix it, but we do have to be more open to being more friendly with other people. And you know, like, if someone is being weird, and just like throw that person like into a volcano. But you know, just like friends make the world go round, right? So and then it's like I think people like don't even know how to make friends. They just like, they don't know how to approach someone. You just come up, approach them, to just like talk to them. And like sometimes I would like tell someone in like a gym that I go to, like even just like, oh, what do I do in the gym? Like, what do I say to this girl? Like, why? Why it's always about girls, bro? Like you know, just like sometimes just make a fucking friend in the gym. You're probably way likelier to make a gym buddy guy than just to make a girlfriend. And then also, because you have made gym buddy guy friends, then you probably would be seen by other gym going girls, and you know, they see you being social and just like, ooh, I want a piece of that. um but yeah, I have complimented this guy about his he had like this really cool phone case where it's like, looks like it's like kind of like a see-through, like a mechanical thing. And you know, just like I have complimented him, and he's just like, whoa, you mean me? It's just like, wow, nobody has said that shit to me. So I feel like you can kind of use that to your advantage, even as a guy. Like, you can use the fact that guys don't really get compliments, and you could just start from there, you know, just be like, oh, you like nice shoes, what are those? But in a good way, you know. So like I don't know, like what game do you play, bro? Like, you want to play ball? Like, you just throw a ball at the person's face. Like, you know, we're friends now. Like, do like a kindergarten kind of thing, you know? I feel like people can do that, you know? Because I have kind of like grown closer with like a friend now, because I'm just like we're both like chubby, like overweight people. And then I plan to lose that weight, and he plans to lose that weight, and he's just like, well, you want to run together? And then I'm just like, sure. And then now we run together, and he's like proud of his like things, and we hang out more. We didn't really hang out more, and you know, I'm just like, why don't people want to be friends with me? I'm just like, you know, I never, first of all, never have asked. It's like, did I ask? But also like because we don't really had like topics, you know. Now we have like, you know, running, like eating healthy, and like some memes and shit. And you know, like, I made a friend, you know, and it's way better than probably like 3 years ago. Like, I have come really far. But you know, it was depressing without friends. Now I have many more friends, and I hope you do as well. So I have rambled on for way longer than usual. I'm going to make this probably like a 15-minute video. So yeah, I'm going to go out and see my friends now.